If you're a Canadian and you want to grow your wealth without stock picking, paying a financial advisor, or making investing overly complex, this video is for you. There's an ETF out there that holds thousands of stocks worldwide. It keeps itself balanced and it costs peanuts compared to some other competitor funds. And of course, it's cheaper than mutual funds. I'm going to tell you exactly what ETF that is. And since time is money, that means we've got no time to waste. Let's go. Welcome back to Snackable Wealth, where you get blunt, straight to the point financial information for Canadians. The ETF I'm going to be talking about today is provided by iShares and is called the iShares Core Equity Portfolio, more commonly known by its ticker symbol XEQT. And if you're serious about building long-term wealth, you need to know about it. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why I think XEQT is the perfect growth ETF for Canadians, who it's for, how to buy it, and I'm even going to tell you the role that XEQT plays in my own personal portfolio. But be warned, this ETF is not for everyone. So stick around and find out if you're tough enough to handle it. XEQT is what's known as an all-in-one ETF. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you buy just one ETF and you instantly own thousands of companies all across the globe. As of July 24th, 2025, XEQT held 8,465 companies. That gives you great diversification across many different sectors, industries, geographic location, and even company size. This is extremely beneficial to you because it allows you to invest in companies that you may not otherwise be able to invest in, and you can do it all seamlessly at one click of a button. XEQT also rebalances these holdings for you periodically. That means you can spend more time doing the things that you love instead of tinkering around with your portfolio and probably making mistakes. Essentially, XEQT is like one big, gigantic stock market smoothie. You toss money in, and then it spreads it across all of the world's most desirable companies for you. I'm going to give you the geographical breakdown of the companies that XEQT holds, rounded to the nearest percent, as of July 24th, 2025. They are as follows. 44% of the fund is invested in US stocks, 26% is invested in Canadian markets, 25% is invested in international markets, and 5% is invested in emerging markets. So, if you've ever heard the saying to never put your eggs in one basket, well, this is exactly why XEQT spreads your money across the world for you, so that you don't have all your eggs in one basket. Now, let's talk numbers, because that's what really matters. Here's a chart showing the hypothetical growth of $10,000 if you were to invest in XEQT since the first day it came available to retail investors on August 7th, 2019. As you can see by this chart, $10,000 would have grown to just over $20,000 by June 30th, 2025. That means anyone who bought XEQT since inception and held it would have doubled their money in less than 6 years. Here's some more data showing returns over different periods of time. XEQT has an annualized since inception rate of return of 12.54%, with its best year returning a whopping 24.67% last year in 2024, and the worst performing year being a negative 10.93% return in 2022. Either way you slice it, you can't deny that doubling your money in less than 6 years is exceptional. Oh, and for those wondering, the year-to-date return for XEQT from January 1st, 2025 to July 24th, 2025 is 8.88%. This shows that it's never too late to get into the investment game. Now, not that dividends matter, and maybe I'll make a video in the future about why dividends don't matter, but XEQT does also pay a quarterly dividend. The last dividend was in the amount of 27 cents per share, and the dividend yield is relatively small at around 2% per year. XEQT is eligible for DRIP, which stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. This means you can have your dividends automatically reinvested back into XEQT, which I suggest you do. For anyone who wants to do a deep dive into the literature on XEQT, I'll provide a link in the video description to the official iShares website. Now here's why XEQT is excellent for growth. Number one is that it's 100% stocks. That means there's no bonds, it doesn't really carry any cash, there's nothing dragging down your returns. Everything is just pure growth potential, and that's exactly what you want as a growth investor. Number two, XEQT is very inexpensive to own. The MER, which is the management expense ratio, or the fees that you pay for owning XEQT, are very small at 0.2%. If you compare that to a typical mutual fund, which is somewhere around the range of 2%, you can see there's a huge difference. Consider this. If you were to invest $10,000 over a 30-year time frame and you returned 7% per year, with a mutual fund, you'd have about $48,000. But with XEQT, you'd have about $80,000. As you can see, that's more than a $30,000 difference just because of fees. Now that's crazy. Number three, XEQT is simple. Just buy it, hold it, add as much money as you can, as often you can, and then go about your life. Try not to check it too much, and when you do check it, you'll see that your money is just continuing to grow over time. That's exactly what you want. No headaches, just growth. And last but not least, reason number four. Personally, my favorite reason is what we already touched on. The diversification that XEQT gives you by having your money spread across the globe into many different types of investments. That's something that's just not feasible as a retail investor for you to grab. So having that option to just purchase XEQT and have your money just spread for you, it makes things very easy. Not only that, but essentially you're taking stocks or equities, which is considered to be a higher risk investment, and you're actually decreasing that risk by spreading your investments across the globe. And that's very, very important. Now, as I said before, XEQT may not be suitable for everyone, and it may not be the right choice depending on your investment objectives. For example, if you need the funds within 5 years, XEQT is probably not the fund for you. If you can't handle a 20% drop in your investment if the market crashes, XEQT is not for you. And if you also can't handle the volatility and swings of the investment itself, XEQT, not for you. Lastly, some people may have mixed feelings about age and XEQT. I would say that if you're 65 plus, you probably shouldn't have this fund. Now, some people might argue that it could be part of a portfolio, and I do agree it could be part of a portfolio, but it definitely shouldn't be your entire portfolio at that age. So, who should own XEQT? Well, essentially it would be the opposite of who shouldn't own it, which means we're looking at investors that are younger, have a long time horizon of say 10 years and up, investors who can handle and stomach volatility and swings in their investment, and we're also looking at investors who want a simple, low-cost solution with great diversification that's completely hands-off. Basically, if you're in your 20s, 30s, or even 40s, owning XEQT is an absolute no-brainer. You may be wondering by now how I use XEQT in my own personal portfolio. Well, to be honest, 100% of my TFSA is invested in XEQT, which I'll show you here. As you can see, I've got 4,110 shares of XEQT and an all-time return of over $49,000, which is a 49% return. I do also hold XEQT in my RRSP and my non-registered account as well. To be clear, I will never say or promote anything on this channel that I do not currently use or believe in, and that's my commitment to you, and in line with my brand of being always honest and always Canadian. Buying XEQT is ridiculously easy, and you can hold XEQT in any type of investment account. Just search for the ticker symbol, which is XEQT, buy as many shares as you can afford, and keep adding money regularly. Don't overcomplicate this. It's that simple. And if you don't already have a brokerage account set up, I would recommend using Wealthsimple, which is the platform I currently use for my investing. It's completely free to buy XEQT on this platform, and right now, if you sign up using my referral link in the description below, we can both earn $25 to jumpstart your portfolio. Here's my final message before we wrap up this video. If you're looking for long-term growth and you're not a nervous investor, XEQT is the best all-in-one ETF solution Canadians can buy. Yes, the market will crash sometimes, and yes, your investment may go down 30% with XEQT. But if you can stomach the volatility, history has shown that stocks always go up over the long term. So if you've got a few decades, don't sweat it. You own the entire global stock market with XEQT. Well guys, that concludes today's video. Drop your ETF questions in the comment section below and I'll be happy to answer them directly, or maybe even post a video answering your questions. Also, let me know, are you brave enough to go 100% stocks, or does that scare the crap out of you? Thank you for watching Snackable Wealth, and if you want more information on how to get ahead financially in Canada, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.